All right, shark lovers, you want to get ready because Meg 2, The Trench with Jason Statham is his name, is in theaters right now.
And if you love action movies and one of the ocean's deadliest predators, this might be right up your alley. WFMY News 2's Manny Franks gave us his review.
Dumb fun. How many times have you heard that phrase used to describe a film that's less than exceptional, yet still provides surface-level entertainment? Probably a lot, right? A film, if anything, should provide a certain amount of attention to the audience, and on a primal level, giant sharks, or megalodons, wreaking havoc across the ocean should deliver that, right? Well, The Meg 2 definitely is dumb. It just lacks fun.
That's the biggest Meg I've ever seen.
Biggest Meg anyone's ever seen.
That's the apex predator.
Everybody make it to the station! You can make it! Keep going!
Jason Statham returns as Jonas Taylor 5 years after the initial Megalodon attack.
This is a bad idea. Just a little bit.
In The Meg 2, The Trench, Taylor helps lead a research team on a dive into the deepest depths of the Mariana Trench. However, when the dive goes horribly awry and the team discovers they're not the only ones down there, Taylor and his team's exploratory mission becomes a fight for survival. In this film's predecessor, The Meg from 2018, dumb fun was absolutely had. It embraced a level of absurdity mixed with action that cemented its identity. Meg 2, The Trench, fails that task miserably. The action is surprisingly bland, with all sense of dread and agency sucked out like pressure in an airlock. Unlike the previous film, the Megs are treated so haphazardly that by the time we get any over-the-top action with giant sharks going all out near the end, it's too little too late. Even the reliably charismatic Jason Statham is bogged by a script that chows down on any semblance of character work or a cohesive story for that matter. Each subsequent line feels like someone chopped up the most generic dialogue that barely passes any test of cohesion and spit it back out. It makes the cardinal sin of taking itself far too seriously for its own good, unlike similar films such as 1990's Tremors or 2013's Pacific Rim. Meg 2, The Trench is one of the worst films I've seen all year. Not even a mildly enjoyable third act can save a drowning film. I take no pleasure in ripping apart any movie, but I think we would all have best been served if this film had been left at the bottom of the ocean. I'm giving Meg 2, The Trench an infamous movie to avoid. If you wish, you can watch it only in theaters.
Not at the bottom of the ocean.
It was a matter of time before we had another movie to avoid at this point. I've been too nice for far too long.
Yeah.
You gotta be honest. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
I know, I just did not like it. And as I was saying, and I'll clarify, it's okay to have dumb fun when you're watching a movie. Like, there are times when it's just like the movie knows it's not smart, but it has fun. This one, I was not having fun. I was really bored, and you should not be bored in a giant shark movie.
Right, absolutely. I like shark movies because I like adventure and action and all those things. But I gotta agree with you. I'm on the I don't know side. You know.
I would recommend the first one if you haven't seen it, The Meg from 2018, as I was mentioning. It's a much better film than this sequel, so watch that one instead.
I honestly have never even heard of The Meg, the 1 or the 2.
Okay, I mean, it didn't make much money here. It made a lot of money in China. So they wanted to get that money, and they decided they knew they had a market, so they made a second one.
And how dare you compare it to Tremors? I loved the Tremors
Tremors
movies from the 90s.
Good. Tremors is a good version of how to do dumb fun, where it's like, it's silly, and they know they're silly. Kevin Bacon.
It was scary, though. I was.
Oh, yeah.
How does it stack up against Sharknado?
Well, that movie knows that movie knows it's what it is, and
surprisingly,
that's what makes it great.
not a weather-accurate movie.
No, is it not?
There are not Sharknados in the world.
Can it not suck?
Isn't that surprising?
Oh.
Yeah.
It is kind
Those
of
movies are lying to us all the time.
I cannot believe I just found out right here today on the 4 to 5.
You just never know what you'll find here on the 4 to 5.
You won't.